There's a few options for how you can evaluate JavaScript in Lighttable, but the first step is to simply save your JavaScript file with a .js extension. Alternatively, you can open the command pane and select Choose Editor, Current Editor Syntax, and choose JavaScript from that list. But when I evaluate this program, Lighttable wants to connect to a client because it's JavaScript. And from this point, you can connect to a client. You get to choose which client you want to connect to. Because this is just some basic Boolean logic, I'm going to choose just to connect to the Lighttable UI. And you see this program prints to the console, so I just evaluate it and it works. However, you may be using JavaScript as part of a website. And to do that, you'll probably want to connect to a browser. So I have a little project here where I open up my JS file that's a script for my website. And the syntax for those HTML and CSS files are, again, set by their extension. So when I evaluate this HTML file, it can't evaluate inline. It evaluates to a browser. And when I do that, it brings up a browser tab, and I open up a tab set and split it over so I can see what I'm doing. And when I evaluate this JavaScript, again, it'll ask me which client I want to connect to, but this time I want to choose that web page, and it will inject that JavaScript into that page. And the same thing will happen when I evaluate this CSS file. And the neat part about Lighttable is that I don't just have to inject that into some local file on my machine. I can inject that into any web page that I want. So I'm still connected to this browser tab, so now I'm going to go to Google. So this is just google.com, basic web page, and I can now inject that CSS into it. You see I made my background gray. It's not very pretty, but that is my CSS. And I can do the same with the JavaScript, and now when I go double-clicked, and now I get the on-click alert.